Merry Christmas. Deuteronomy chapter 10 is God talking to people who already failed once, but we are still given another chance. How many times has God warned us and corrected us, nudged us, and we are still standing only because of His mercy? Many a times God asks us to do what He has asked us to do several years ago and tells us to do it again. Just like Moses, when he broke the 10 Commandments, the tablet, out of anger. He broke it. Of course, the surrounding circumstances that made it possible for that to happen. He was provoked, but that didn't matter. He could have paid dearly for it, like Saul did. Saul didn't get another chance. So sometimes when God repeats His instructions and asks us to do it again, that's mercy speaking. And we saw a man called Moses pick up new tablets. He held up, carefully crafted the tablet, brought it back before God's presence. He wrote on it, and in turn Moses took it to the ark. Key words there are instruction, mercy. You might never get another chance. And so what did God ask you to do? It might be you're on the ship to Tarshish when God has asked you to go to Nineveh. It might be that you are the one that is implicating those on your boat. Why don't you take a U-turn? But Jonah, he had to be thrown into the deep blue sea and left alone. Had to face consequences for disobeying God. Or you, what would you do? I haven't listened to what I'm telling you. Would you continue in the wrong direction? Or would you listen and do what God has asked you to do? For you, He's not even repeating it. He has said it. But you still hear it every day in your spirit, and God asked me to do this. Why don't you take the bold step and do it? Obey God. Another thing is when leadership changes, the system changes. When the manager changes at work, expectation changes. When the father wakes up and takes responsibility, a family changes. When a believer grows into priesthood, their lives can no longer remain casual. There are levels to changes. And so one of the ways to change the course of your life is to intensify priesthood. Priesthood is one of the ways by which you are able to change the affairs of things. You want to change how things look in your life, basically. Just like Eliezer, when he came, things changed. God gave instruction. They got struck water. They got to a place where there was water. That was when God gave instruction for them to carry the ark. And what is that? That is like God saying, not everyone handles sacred things the same way. So the result you bat are a function of the way you have handled sacred things. The result you are presently batting is a function of the way you have handled priesthood so far. The lesson is, when God puts something in your hand, you must put your best to achieve the best result. Because God can have ordained you to get certain results, but because your priesthood is not proportional. Yet again, it's not even about your priesthood. Your priesthood is just your responsibility. Responsibility enough for you to be able to function properly, enough to strike some instructions, enough to understand some things that need to be done, enough to understand some protocols, enough to do certain things so that certain results can be battered. Although sometimes some results can be battered and it's not a function or a proportion of your priesthood. So sometimes it's just still messy. When God increases what you carry, He increases what He demands. That's why there are heights of priesthood. Also, we see that God cuts deeper and says, circumcise your heart. Because the real blockage is not the environment, it's the heart. I don't know if you got that. A covered heart explains why someone keeps praying but stays bitter, keeps fasting but stays dishonest. They keep encountering God but they never change. We've all seen it, even in life. Someone attends training, gets advice, meets mentors, yet they keep repeating the same mistake. That's a veiled heart. And God is clear. Until the veil is removed, you'll keep having bounce back encounters. You'll cry today, shout tomorrow, and return to the same habits next week. No depth, no fruits, no growth. Accept the other, carry the ark. Because God has given you another chance today. God has given you another chance today. He wants you to circumcise your heart. So you go to God and ask Him to remove the foreskin of your heart. It could be that the reason why you are resisting progress, you are resisting what is good, is because your heart has not been circumcised. And that's why that scripture says that He will give you an heart of flesh and take away an heart of stone. An heart that is flexible, an heart that is moldable. And so God needs to circumcise many of our hearts because our hearts are not in the right place. Our hearts are not elastic. They are rigid. Too rigid for God to instruct. Too rigid for God to use. Circumcise your heart. Allow God take away the veil. You can't do it by yourself. Go to the cross today. and ask Him to help you. See you in the next chapter. God bless you and Merry Christmas.